I hope everybody's doing well today. Hello. We're going to get started. I don't know how long this live will be exactly, but I don't feel like it's going to be a short one. Um, we are talking about today reprogramming and reparenting our habits, our current unhealthy habits, so that we can successfully program in the healthy habits that we need so that we can change our lifestyle, so that we can change our health and we can shift it to the health that we deserve and that we want for ourselves. Because we have to understand that from society, peers, influences on television, the internet in general, like all the outside sources that make us tailored to the world and tailored to how society deems is okay, we have to understand that we pick up on unhealthy habits, and that is our decision, our mission. It should be our mission, and it should be our focus to change those unhealthy habits that we have been programmed to believe are success, that are supporting us, and to successfully change those easily, because they can be done. It's about the fact that we don't know how to do them, because it's uncommon for people to change the way that they have been taught all their life, regardless if it's healthy or unhealthy. Because if it's working, then we have that mentality of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we have to realize that we are broken with our habits. Our habits are making our bodies break down, unsuccessfully living the life that we want to live and how we want to live. And we have to realize that that is all because of the programming that we have fed into. And we have the mentality of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Not realizing that we are all using our bodies like broken down cars, broken down machinery. Like, we're treating our body not like a vessel, but rather just something to carry us through the day every single day. Not something that needs to be fueled and taken care of. Because people take care of their objects around this earth, the objects that do nothing for you besides just something for you to look at, something to entertain you. But you don't even take care of your body, the thing that you are feeding programming to. You're feeding a bunch of junk to. And we have to understand that we have to deprogram that mindset that we are currently in. We have to deprogram the crap that we have fed into and believed and we keep feeding ourselves, and start to reprogram the things that are going to support us, so that we not only feel good, we look good, and we are mentally healthy. Because majority of society, when we look at us currently right now, there are literally thousands and thousands of people on antidepressants, on some type of anxiety medication, are sitting here going through life having to struggle because they feel like that they don't belong, they don't fit in. And I'm not speaking just because I want to speak. I'm speaking from experience. I was never on medication for anxiety or depression, but I was one of those people who constantly felt just, one, I didn't fit in. Two, I felt like I didn't have a space. And three, I never understood why the things that society told us to be deemed as what we should do never actually worked for me. And I never could fit into the box of what they want to put is normal. And so I came to realize that the reason why not only did I feel that way, but a lot of other people felt that way as well, is because we're not supposed to be in this society deemed box of normal. Because society puts this box, this label of normal, to make it seem like this is something to strive for. And when you look at these people, when you look at the people who actually do fit into that box, and even then, they still don't even fit the criteria. Because either they are overweight, they're having excess fat going on, they're bloated, they're unhealthy, and they're struggling. Or there's somebody who has a whole bunch of money because they're a celebrity, and they're getting BBLs. They're getting a whole bunch of cosmetic surgeries. They're doing liquid IVs. Like, they're doing things like that. And you have to look and realize that, like, is that what you want for yourself? Is that the goal that you want for yourself? For you to either make enough money for you to be able to treat your body like crap and then go take a liquid IV after, or to fit into the box of what society deems is, it's okay to consume in moderation. It's okay for you to consume this content. It's okay for you to consume these foods, and then make yourself unhealthy. Keep having to go back to the doctor, taking prescriptions, be mentally unstable, physically unstable, your weight fluctuating and is unstable, like your whole body being unstable just because you want to fit in the category of it's normal to consume this way. It's normal to eat Cheetos. It's normal to eat hot Takis. Like, it's normal for you to sit here and eat all of these hot fries and you sitting here consuming ramen. It's normal because at the end of the day, it's cheaper and everybody does it. It's okay for you to sit here and eat these foods that have titanium dioxide like Oreos and cereal. It's okay for you to eat inflammatory milk because they told you it's okay, because they tell you should have it with every single meal. I mean, at least 2 meals as a child, and I think as an adult, at least once or twice a day. Not realizing that they have lied to you and fed you programming. The same thing how they tell you that if you are on a plant-based or a vegan diet, that you have more likely to have brittle bones, more likely outcome of having brittle bones, but not realizing that they have also lied to you and telling you that not only will you have brittle bones in this lifestyle, but milk gives you strong bones. When it has come out and they have said that these nutritionists that backed that and gave you the programming of Got Milk and the whole campaign, they lied to you. They were paid to tell you these things. They paid these nutritionists, and the only reason why they started doing this is for them to make money. And so we have to keep looking and diving deeper, because you get told these things by little posts on the internet or little short clip videos, but you never keep going. You just see these things and go, okay, and keep on pushing, not realizing that the whole box internally and externally is a lie. That the whole thing that is fed to you by programming from the FDA, the CDC, all of these news companies, all of these people who profit from you, all these pharmaceutical companies, like, they are programmed to they are taught to program you so that they can make these corporations more money, so that these societies, higher paid societies, corporations, and everything else, foundations, can make more money. Because if you are healthy, they're not making enough money, but if you're sick, they're making plenty. And we see from them being $1 billion corporation and our society being so unhealthy that they are doing what their job is: programming, marketing, and making money. And they're using you, and you keep consuming because they don't treat you as a person, but rather somebody who keeps consuming and buying and consuming and buying. And you have to get out of that programming and realize you deserve a healthier lifestyle. You deserve to be treating your body like the temple that it is, taking care of your vessel, living a vibrant, energetic lifestyle. But that starts with you changing your habits and realizing that you have a problem, because you have a problem. There is no question. You have a problem. And I was once there. Like I said, I'm not just talking out the side of my neck trying to jump on you, but I wanted to be healthy. I wanted that change. And if I would have had somebody like me that came up to me, gave me the facts, told me the information for free, gave me all of the different playlists like I have on mine right now for you to purge poison from your life, to understand what the ingredients are going into your food and how they're poisoning you with the food, for me to give you free plant-based mastery tips just like this one right here, that I have a whole playlist for you to go through and go for. I would have switched to this lifestyle a whole lot sooner, because we have to realize, one, that it's getting way worse with society, with these impossible burgers, with these beyond burgers, with this beyond meat, impossible meat, anything that's a beyond impossible has inflammatory oil that is terrible and toxic for you, and that they're trying to push this agenda that it's healthier for you so that you start to make switches. But in reality, you have to understand that these processed foods are not supporting you. The meat that you were eating is not supporting you. The eggs you're eating are not supporting you. The dairy you're consuming is not supporting you. And you have to get out of the programming of believing that you have to have meat for protein, iron, and all these other healthy fat sources and whatever nutrition you think. You have to get out of the programming and believing that eggs are the only way for you to be able to get all the sources of the nutrients to start your day with the energy that you need, and believing that you have to have all of these inflammatory foods because eggs are inflammatory. We know that it causes heart disease and a whole bunch of other issues in your body, yet they program you to look at your TV, see these people eating breakfast and eating eggs every single day. Like, you have to realize that you're being programmed into consuming this way every single day, because you are not sitting there saying that you eat eggs once a month. Like, you cannot say you're eating in moderation, because that's what moderation is. You eating something about once or twice a month is moderation. Society's definition of moderation is them eating it 2 or 3 times a week. That's moderation. And we have to understand that that's a false narrative that we have been programmed into believing and okaying. And that's the same thing with us eating fast food. That's with us eating junk food. Us sitting here, doing whatever we want to do when it comes to filling our body, because at the end of the day, we are not consuming in moderation. And so, and if you're wondering, I'm looking at my notes. We have to understand that reprogramming starts with us first deprogramming what we have been taught and removing it from our mind but rather understanding, hold on, let me see if this applies. I was wondering if my Wi-Fi was connected, because it said poor connection. But we have to understand that in order for us to get to the reprogramming that we deserve and that we need for ourselves, it starts with us first taking that action to make change for ourselves. So if we are at the space where we are ready to deprogram and we're ready to take action for ourselves, it starts with us knowing how to take action for ourselves. Through the how do we take action? Why are we taking action? What do we want for ourselves? Like, we have to understand what our main goal is. We have to understand that we are adapting a new lifestyle for ourselves, which I teach you through a plant-based lifestyle, because I am plant-based. I am not vegan. There are two different things. Like apples and oranges are both fruits, but they're two different things. I am plant-based. I do not consume any chemicals. I do not consume any additives, any toxic fillers inside of my food. I know how to read my labels. I know how to consume with only fruits and vegetables, as well as knowing what foods that I can buy from the grocery store that are not toxic to my body, that have real whole ingredients. And so I knew that for my goal for myself, I wanted to be healthier. But we have to discuss, like, what is your main goal? You have to figure that out for yourself. There's nobody that can tell you what your goal is for yourself. But my goal was, for one, for my weight fluctuation to chill out. And then two, for me to just take care of my body, because I knew that I wasn't stable with the lifestyle that I was living. And I knew that I wasn't living the way that I needed to. And so since I knew that I wasn't living the way that I needed to, I had to understand that my brain was not functioning at the full capacity that it could have been. And that I was lacking the clarity that I needed. And through clarity comes with you being able to be discerning. And I had to once again start questioning what I had been taught. I had to start questioning the things that I had believed, and start to wonder, why are certain things different in each Bible? Why is each Bible different? Like, I started to understand that there is a reason behind it. And I know this is not having to do with our health far as what society teaches you, but you have to understand, and I teach you, that if you are not scripturally sound and you are not stable in his word and understanding his word and following his word, it says this in Ephesians 26, that if you are not, it's Ephesians 26, that if you're not following his word, his commands, and his ways, he gives you to the world, because that's what you chose, and he gives you to the enemy, and you are sitting here with inflammation, disease, and you're wasting away. So you have to understand that that's what society is doing. Inflammation, disease, and wasting away. That's what we look like right now. It's completely inflamed. People are overweight. People are sitting here struggling, going back and forth to the doctor, developing different diseases, having to take a tons of prescription. And we're sitting here wasting away as a society, all because of the food that we are consuming. We have to reprogram that mindset and to change and to understand. And that's what I did for myself by me realizing that little box that they want to put everybody into, to fit into, to say that we are healthy, is not going to work. No food pyramid, no my plate that they tell you is going to work, because they're teaching you with the being healthy. They throw in there all the things that are making you sick. And so it's time for you to realize, what is the main goal for yourself? Do you want to be vibrant and energetic and living the lifestyle that you deserve, which is your weight to be stable, for your metabolism to be stabilized so your weight can be stabilized? Do you want increased energy because you deserve to be energetic and vibrant? Do you want clear skin because it comes with the territory of you taking care of your body, eating more fruits and vegetables? Your skin's going to be glowing. It's going to be clearing up if it isn't already. And if your skin is already looking good at the lifestyle that you're living, can you only imagine how it would look when you do more things to take care of your body, and how vibrant it's in, like how glowy it's gonna look? Like, I knew that I never had bad skin. I had acne and acne scars, but I was always able to cover them up in some way, shape, or form. I didn't really have a whole bunch of like tons of acne all over my face, but I had acne spots. Like, my acne loves my cheeks, and it's, as you can see, it's healing and it's going away. I've had these since like middle school, since I started developing puberty symptoms. And I never get acne here or here unless I'm eating way too much sugar. But this area right here was constantly inflamed. And then I started to realize that this area is connected to your filtration system, and it's connected to the things that you were eating and how much yeast and everything else that is stuck inside of your body. And so once I started to realize that I love dairy and I love bread, which I still eat bread, but I eat it in moderation. I do not consume dairy. My skin started to clear up and it started to glow. And I talked about this in the last live, so you can go check that out. I had acne pop up, not just on my face, because my face wasn't terrible, like I said, but my inner thighs, my back, my stomach, especially on my chest. During those times of like my cycle is coming, my chest would literally have red, big acne scars. Brown acne scars, red pimples, like leaving them everywhere. And they would always come every single month and leave a scar. And I never understood, and it was because I was inflamed. And the same thing, I had developed, which this is kind of a little short story that I'm going to just tell in here because it hones in what we're talking about. I had developed some kind of skin. I don't want you to say this. I don't want to say this and you be like, what? But like, everybody has fungus dormant on their skin. You don't see it. It's just a layer, just like how the same thing where if you don't know, this is biology. You can look it up. It's facts. I learned this while I was in college. Everybody has little microscopic bugs that are on your eyebrows. That's the reason why when you feel like you're laying down or you're sitting there and you're like, my eyebrow feels like it's something on it, you're itching it. It's because those microscopic bugs are literally piling up on that area, and it's making you actually be able to sense it, because normally you can't sense it. And so the same thing with that fungus, it's dormant. You don't see it. It became visible on my body when I was in high school. And I had absolutely no idea what was going on. My mom had absolutely no idea, so she took me to the doctor. I was playing travel volleyball at the time, so that's what we had ruled it out to, was the fact that I was in a wet, volleyball suit for hours on end every single Saturday because I was doing travel ball, and it had just made the fungus show up. And she was talking about how hers comes up during the summertime because when her skin color changes, it starts to show. And she talks about how, since I'm a woman of color and the color that it naturally is, it's going to show up on my skin and it's going to get worse during the summer. And so for a while, we're trying different prescriptions for me to take. We're trying skincare things for me to take. And when I say skincare, like, I was putting Selsun Blue on my stomach. Like, doing so many random things, like me using a dandruff shampoo on my stomach, using different types of creams for my stomach, taking a sweating pill that was supposed to allow me to sweat from the when I worked out, sweat it out from the inside, and none of them worked. And so I came to realize that, like, I kind of gave up, and I was like, this is just how my skin is going to be. Like, isn't that so weird that, like, something that's supposed to be dormant is something that's going to pop up inside of my body? And so as I got into the lifestyle of me being plant-based, I had already kind of dealt with the issue of being scaly on that aspect and, like, what was going on. But then I allowed myself to realize that, like, they didn't just come up because of nothing, because of volleyball. It came up because I was inflamed on the inside. Like how I talked about here on my face, how my filtration system was off. I was eating too much yeast and too much dairy. That's what caused the skin rash to pop up on my stomach, and it's on my back. And as I started to change my lifestyle and change the way that I eat, it became less visible. It's still there to this day because it had been there for so long. It's going to take time for it to go away. But when I tell you, like, I used to look at it and, like, you could see it all across my chest. Like, when I say you could see it, like, it was like how my skin tone is, it was yellow. Like, very bright, light yellow. And so I was kind of like, I had forgotten about it, but, like, when, bathing suit season came around, it always reminded me that I was like, man, now I'm sitting here and people are going to be looking at me like, what's on her stomach? And then I have to tell them it's not eczema. Like, because the people ask, because people are bold. But it made me realize that I was dealing with the issue for so long with all of these additives and these things that were chemicals and toxic to my body and making it worse, thinking that it was helping, not realizing that I was inflamed and there was an issue internally, and that's the reason why externally it started to show. And my body was feeding, my body was feeding the fungus, because that's all it is. It's just something that's dormant on other people that they don't ever see. It doesn't ever pop up. But the inflammation was feeding it inside of me. I was feeding it with the food that I was eating. And so I got out of the programming of believing that it was just something that was just going to happen. I got out of that and I reprogrammed my mindset to realize that I was completely inflamed. And through that, I started to do different things to cleanse myself and to reset myself. And I did them without even realizing that I was truly doing a thing that diet culture likes to do momentarily, but rather made it a lifestyle for myself so that I do it without even realizing that I'm doing it, and do it with ease. And so if you are at the space where you know that you have inflammation, that you have these issues, you have something going on inside of your body, you want to deal with the weight fluctuation and you want to help yourself, and you are a woman, I first of all have an amazing group that is for free that you can join for women who need help with their weight fluctuation, whether it's you want to gain weight or you want to lose weight, you want to maintain the weight that you're currently at. We are supporting ourselves in this group, and I want you to join while we're still doing this healthy weight challenge for ourselves, so that we can just hold each other accountable and to just make ourselves feel good. And when we mess up, we can hold our head up high and to be able to admit it, because I've admitted all through the group that like my one goal for myself is by June to be sugar free. And like I'm starting to make changes and implement different things for me to not eat processed sugar, so that I can not only take care of my skin and my body, but I can deal with the weight fluctuation, because it doesn't happen often, but when I overconsume, it happens. And if you are at the space where you love the fact that the journey that you are on, or what you want, you've established a goal for yourself, and you know that it's time for you to detox or cleanse, I do have a bundle guide that is showing you exactly how I did it for myself, for me to get into the space of cleansing and detoxing and to get reset, so my body was reset and feeling good. Because you have to get your body to release the toxins in order for you to reset and to release and to get back to the space of you being healthy. No amount of cleansing tinctures that you buy, no amount of diet culture is going to get you to the health that you deserve, because I did diet culture before, and I did it many times before, and starved myself through the lifestyle, thinking that this is how I was going to support my body, not realizing that I was struggling and making myself inflamed, and then making myself binge later on, and just making myself mentally distressed, not realizing that, because that was unstable. That lifestyle, I'm getting my water home. That lifestyle was an unbalanced lifestyle. It was leaving me unstable, and it was making my body panic, because we all know what happens when you go into starvation mode and your body goes into fight or flight, and it holds on to things because it thinks that it's no longer going to have access to the food that it needs. So then it holds on to these so that it can keep feeding nutrients to your body so that you can keep functioning. And then once it has nothing else to eat off of, that's when you go into kind of starvation mode. But you have to understand that one, society is not starving. We are not starving as a society. And then two, we are constantly with diet culture putting our body in that fight or flight mode. So yeah, you might lose, 5 to 10 pounds for however long that you're doing that diet culture. I know from at one point, I did 3 months on, a month off, and 3 months back on while I was in high school. So I did about 6 months of a diet in 1 year. And when I tell you that, like, in that time, because I was doing travel volleyball, so, like, I was doing 2 sports in one day because I had softball at my school and then travel volleyball. After that, I had lost, like, I don't even want to say it was that much, because I don't even think I lost 20 pounds, but I lost probably like, 10, 15 pounds in that whole span of time that I was starving myself, only eating oatmeal in the morning, and that was it, eating a salad for lunch, and then going home and doing kind of a Whole30 diet, like no bread, no dairy, like eating asparagus and like a hamburger patty, like something so simple that was not actually getting me what I needed. And eating fruits, whenever I had access to fresh fruit because I was in school. And then as soon as I got off the diet, not only, feeling bad because I'm sitting here eating, and I'm binge eating at that, because I'm been starving. I've been missing these foods, like restricting these foods for myself, and thought that I was gonna like slowly work my way back in there. But even through the like slowly working my way back in there, because like I said, our moderation is eating out 2 to 3 times a week, and I fed into the programming. So that's me thinking that like I can eat out 2 or 3 times a week because I'm doing sports, and then on top of that, like I'm healthy and and then looking and stepping on the scale again and gaining more weight than I ever lost, and it was higher on the scale than I had been in a while. And so that not only discouraged me, but it also made me realize that diet culture was not supporting me, and I starved myself for that long and didn't even get the results that I deserved. And so now here I am in the lifestyle of me being plant-based, and I have reparented the bad habits that I had towards eating, reprogrammed my mindset around that, and I've lost, I think, almost 50 pounds, if not 50 pounds in the lifestyle. And it was, in the beginning, 10, 15 was intentional and just wanted to lose that, but the rest, it just started falling off from me doing my detoxing and my cleansing. And I do the detoxing and cleansing using fruits and vegetables. I don't use any tinctures. I don't go out and buy anything that, is a tincture or a supplement or anything like that. I show you how to use fruits and vegetables to flush your body and to reset. And that's what I did for myself. I flushed my body, I reset my body, and I continuously do this every single day with intermittent fasting for whatever day out of the week that I decide that I'm going to fast, and know how to support my body so that I am reparenting my habits to healthy ones that are supporting me. Because you have to understand that society is not telling you what you need to know when they're putting you in this category of normal, in this box of normal, healthy. They're telling you diet culture and how you can be supported with eating in moderation, their food pyramid, their My Plate, the things that they keep having to change because they're not actually working. When in reality, if you look and you go back to the basics, the only thing that has not changed, that fully supports you and never will change, is you consuming organic, fresh fruits and vegetables. There is nobody that comes out and says that they eat whole fruits and vegetables, organic, non-GMO, that says that, oh yeah, I didn't lose any weight. Yeah, that didn't work for me. Like, the only thing that I've ever heard a complaint, and majority of people who say this, is that they're hungry. They don't support their body with enough of a rainbow plate, first of all, for them to realize that they're not hungry. They just program themselves to eat every day, all day. And then 2, they don't know how to support themselves with enough food so that if they're doing a fruit cleanse or a fruit and vegetable cleanse or just a veggie cleanse, that you have to constantly be filling your stomach with the things that you need to get out of the programming, out of the space, out of the way that you have set your mind or programmed your mind to consume. Because you're training yourself. You have trained your mind to consume junk. You've trained your body to crave food at 10 o'clock every single day. You have craved your body to eat a chocolate bar at 10 o'clock at night every single time. Like, you have to understand that it's going to take time for you to reprogram yourself. And I'm not saying you can just jump into a fast and decide you're going to fast for a day or two and not eat anything when you know that you eat every day, all day. But rather understand that if you eat at 10 o'clock and you want to push your goal to 12 to 1 o'clock, then tomorrow you eat at 11. The next day you eat at 12. The next day you eat at 1 o'clock. And you do that for the rest of the week. And by that following day of you eating at 1 o'clock, your body is going to be programmed to crave food at 1 o'clock. You just have to work with yourself and to understand that you are programming the habits that you want. And it's time for you to make change for yourself if you want a healthier lifestyle. Because if you have the goal of you being healthier and you want to, live a life of being vibrant, you want to enhance your life with your brain function, your clarity, for you to be, off your anxiety medicine, no longer being depressed, increasing your energy and just feeling good, you have to make a change for yourself. Because constantly, society is constantly inflamed because of the foods that we're consuming. We're sitting here complaining that, we don't want to have diseases, or that we have a disease. We've developed insulin resistance. We have diabetes. We have kidney disease. We have heart disease. We have high blood pressure. And Not realizing that, one, we're leading ourselves to a life of not only having diseases because we're inflamed, and inflammation feeds cancer, but we're leading ourselves to having cancer because of the lifestyle that we say that is normal. We have to take the programming and remove it, and to realize that there are so many different benefits of you getting back to the basics and being plant-based, because your mental health improves, your inflammation reduces, you are literally preventing yourself from developing cancer with this lifestyle, and then you are also just personally developing yourself for personal wellness and just supporting yourself and being vibrant and energetic, because you gain energy with the lifestyle. And you don't have to sit here and take tinctures for energy. You don't have to sit here and drink your morning coffee. And I know people drink coffee for enjoyment, but you have to realize that these things are not supporting your body. They're just masking the issue. And you're masking the issue, and you've been doing this for years, and you're continuously doing this and leading yourself to diseases and leading yourself to cancer. It's time to make a change. We have to stop feeding the programming that we have been fed, fitting into this box of normal, and reprogram our habits and our mindset. And that starts with us realizing, what is the goal for yourself? Do you want to lead yourself to cancer, or do you want cancer prevention? Do you want to be inflamed, or do you want to be healthy? Would you rather sit here and fill your stomach with toxic ingredients that are storing inside of your fat cells, slowly unaliving you? Or do you want to be healthy and find alternatives that taste the same, support your body, and allow you to trick yourself into thinking that you're eating the old foods? Because there are plenty of options out there. You just don't want to try them because they have a label of plant-based or vegan or whatever else. Because society has told you that being plant-based is not normal. You consuming that way is not normal. But it's normal for you to not eat vegetables and fruits for months on end. It's normal for you to go out and eat a whole bunch of fried food every single day, to eat out almost every single day, if not every single day. That's not normal. That should not be your normal. And you have to understand that you are eating like an animal. Like, we have to really take it and digest it. That we are eating like a bunch of dogs. What do dogs do when there's food on the ground? They eat it. They eat anything. And they don't question it. And then they throw up later on and wonder why. That's what we do as a society. We consume like animals and do whatever and eat however, and then wonder why we get sick later on. It's time for us to make a change and to stop. Reparent your habits, because a lot of people like to say, when I talk about this lifestyle, that that's just what I was taught. That's just how I was raised. Okay, if you were raised to sit there and, be an animal abuser, are you going to continue to do that all your life because you saw other people abusing animals? Or are you, when you realize and you know that that's wrong, are you going to make a change? Like, I know it's not, that's kind of like a really out there statement, but it's like, you have to understand that, like, just because something is taught to you does not mean you can keep continuing to do it just because that's the way that you were taught. Because at the end of the day, if you know it's wrong, you don't keep doing it. If you know it's harming you, you don't keep doing it. Like, you just keep okaying the issue, and you keep okaying giving yourself cancer. You keep okaying giving yourself a disease. You keep okaying feeding yourself toxic ingredients that are making you inflamed and making you mentally unstable, making your body unstable, making your systems not work the way that they need to be. And it's time for you to make a change. And if you are at the space where you want a tailored strategy that is going to support you in doing that, and you know that you deserve better for yourself, book a one-on-one with me, because right now they are a bundle that's going on where you book a one-on-one with me and you get my Purge the Poison toxic ingredient ebooks that showed you common ingredients that are inside of your food and how to release them. And then I'm also bundling that with my I'm trying to think what was the other thing. I think it's on my... that's what it is. I'm bundling it with my foundational transition masterclass that is going to show you how to live the plant-based lifestyle, why you need to switch for yourself, and what to do for yourself to switch. Because that is important for you. That is important for you to get to the space of you being healthier, is one, understanding the foundation of being plant-based and understanding the foundation of getting back to the basics, as well as you understanding the common toxic ingredients that are inside your food. And that ebook is giving you ingredients that you can switch now in the lifestyle that you're on. Because if you're not a non-dairy, a non-meat eater household right now, it still gives you options to show you that you are not eating the way that you need to be. And these are things for you to switch and showing you how toxic these things are by telling you exactly how they're harming your body and what you're doing to switch to help yourself. And so if you are at the space where you know that this will support you and that you want a success strategy that's going to go along with those things so that you can successfully get into the lifestyle with ease, book that one-on-one, because it's truly going to support you in not only being healthier, but successfully developing the healthy lifestyle that you deserve for yourself. Because you do deserve a healthy lifestyle, but it starts with you making change. And that change starts with you taking action. And you have to take action towards taking care of your body and treating it like a temple. Because it is a temple. And if you are going to disrespect your own body, how do you care about anybody else? How do you care about anything else on this earth if you don't take care of yourself? We have to get out of this programming, release what the CDC, the FDA has told us that is okay in moderation, release this my plate, release this, this food pyramid, release all of these things that they're telling us, this educational food system that they have our kids sitting here consuming. They have these kids on this dietary plan that is okay and backed by the government, and we know that it's not healthy. We know that it's making them inflamed, and they've said that this is the healthier option for our kids. Like, make it make sense when they're feeding them dairy twice a day, and dairy is inflammatory. We have to start questioning and start making change, because if not, we are leading ourselves to being a cancer-riddled society more than we already are. We know that we're diseased and cancer-ridden. So why will we sit here and keep doing what we're doing and fit in this box of normal when we can make a change for ourselves? Because that box of normal really should be categorized as sick. That's just what it is. Because the standard American diet is acronym for SAD for a reason. It's literally SAD, standard American diet. And there's a reason for that. That was not a coincidence. So we have to start questioning everything. Start making change for yourself. And if you are watching this replay on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to all my content. Watch through this series and understand that you are not supporting yourself, and it's time for you to make a change. And in order for you to understand that it's time for you to release the food that you are consuming, it's time for you to either start educating yourself by doing your own research, or buy into the many things that I have for you to get into the lifestyle with ease. Because you are not going to be able to sit here in this lifestyle that you have in 2030. I'm gonna let you know that now. Because if you are sitting here right now consuming any kind of way, not questioning anything, GMOs are getting worse. They're amping them up, and by 2030 they are, they're projecting that we're not going to have enough food for the population, and we're not going to have all these things for the population. And so that's the reason why they're rolling out GMOs as much as they are, and the reason why they're trying to push them as a healthier alternative and as something that is going to support us, because we don't have as much meat as we need to be producing. Not realizing that they are giving you GMO pigs, they're giving you GMO cows. Let's call them meats. GMO cows. They're giving you GMO chickens, and they've been doing this since before 2020. And you are consuming and not questioning anything. You don't even know how many GMOs you've eaten. And it's all because you keep believing these people who tell you it's okay, it's normal, because this normal box is where we should be at. Make a change for yourself and make a shift in your health, and it starts with you. So I truly hope that this live has supported you. And if you have any questions, all of my DMs are open. Follow me on TikTok, Facebook, my Instagram. Leave me a DM, or you can leave a comment on this YouTube video, because all of my lives are posted on YouTube once I'm done. And I truly hope that you have an amazing rest of your day, and that this word has spoken to you, because the Most High gave me this word to spread to you and to allow you to understand that healing is possible if you want healing. Healing starts with you making change and taking action for yourself, because that's what I did for my body, and healing happened. I made change, I took action, I established the goal that I wanted for myself. And here I am, feeling better, looking better, and knowing that I'm supporting my body. And people asking me what I'm doing and how I did it. And me telling them, like, it just started with me literally changing what I did. Stop eating ramen, stop eating this crappy cereal, stop sitting here consuming toxic hot Cheetos, things with dyes in them. Stop eating all these things with these additives and fillers, titanium dioxide, sodium phosphate. Like, stop eating all this crap. Stop putting crap on your body. Stop putting it in your body, and start feeding your body the nutrients that it needs. So I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day, and don't forget to check out all of the series.